All right, so my clock says 10:02, so we're a couple minutes past. So we'll go ahead and get going again, just to be respectful of your time for those that have joined us. But again, I maybe not again, but I just want to thank everybody for participating today. This is a regular event that we run, of which the topics change, the third Tuesday of every month, holidays pending, obviously. We run what we call a Contractor ABU Online. That is really nothing more. ABU stands for Allen Block University. So as online platforms continue to grow and evolve, the schedules continue to be more and more challenging with various things that we all do every day. Online is certainly a good avenue for us to kind of introduce some programs, some tools, products, things of that nature. And our ABU Online platform is used exactly for that. So the third Tuesday of every month, you obviously probably received documentation from us on that, and we certainly welcome you and are thankful that you're participating with us. So today what we're going to be talking about is the certification program, our Contractor Certification Program, and what is it, why might you participate, and how would you participate in it. So our objectives really are just that, what it is, why, how, and then how to get certified, how to get rewarded. So not only what is the program, how to participate, why would you participate, but okay, once you are, how do you participate in the program? How do you become certified? How do you become awarded? So what is this Contractor Certification Program? It was a program, or is a program, that was developed about 25 years ago, actually. The segment retaining wall industry is a fairly young industry still today, only being about 30, 31 years old. 25 years ago, it was very green. We really needed a platform, a formal training platform, to educate contractors who were building such structures. Today, the program is used for the exact same things, to educate new contractors, even tenured and experienced contractors that are building segment retaining walls. But we also have seen it evolve into assisting with education of our production partners, of our distribution partners, of design professionals, civil, structural, geotechnical engineers, even landscape architects participate in it. So it's really a training program that is about a full day, that has really brought a formal training platform to the segment retaining wall industry. And we've seen others that have also mirrored this program, and they all help educate contractors so that, and the other groups, so that we can continue to raise the bar and continue to grow the demand of segment retaining wall products. In addition, why we also have the Contractor Certification Program is really to identify tools that are, as it mentions here, available to help you improve efficiencies. What are those? Well, design tools, estimating tools, 3D modeling tools. Thanks, Paul, for commenting there. 3D modeling tools, tools that will hopefully help you improve efficiencies and improve performance out on job sites. So why participate? There's a whole slew of reasons to participate. Let's go with new staff. Each year we know that the contractors, one of the things we hear in every market we go to, there's new contractors, new staff that are joining the labor force that are installing segment retaining wall products. So giving contractors, owners of landscape contracting businesses, an opportunity to educate those new people before they actually are out on the job is a great reason why to participate. Differentiate. The certification program can be used when you're selling projects. If you're sitting across the table from Mr. and Mrs. Jones, the owners of a property that are in need of a retaining wall, and or even a general contractor who's in need of a retaining wall on a site they're developing for an owner. It's a way to differentiate. What do I mean by that? Well, you're going to get certificates. You're going to get certificates that you can help educate Mr. and Mrs. Jones on what you're doing and investing in your business, or investing in the staff that works with you, if you are the business owner, and educate them on what you're doing. During the winter months, you're educating your staff. You're going through and investing in your staff's future, and this is what you do so that when you're on their job site, the people building the walls understand how to get through challenges, how to more efficiently build walls, things of that nature. That leads right into improved efficiencies, obviously, out on the job site. How do we do those inside-outside radius? How do we do an inside-outside 90? Why does grid get installed the direction it does, and why do we need to install grid with the strength in any given direction? We'll talk about design and estimating opportunities as well, the tools that we have available, such as our A/B estimating tools, such as our Courtyard or retaining wall apps, and then also our most recent introduction with our Allen Block 3D modeling tool, and specifically how that tool can be used to assist both the selling, really the designing, the estimating, and selling of projects. Maybe one of the most recent additions is the best practice for SRW, the segment retaining wall design. That's really an industry initiative that is being used by manufacturers of all products, of all segment retaining wall products, to educate municipalities, to educate owners, to educate engineers, landscape architects, you name it. And within it, it does a variety of things. Right out of the gates, though, it talks about using certified contractors to construct walls. So we're actually asking these owners and design professionals to include in the specifications. As an industry, we're asking them to use certified contractors and list that requirement in the specifications. Now, we want an industry accredited, doesn't have to be an Allen Block, but we want an industry accredited certified contractor, of which the Allen Block certification program certainly is. We also have a free rewards program. So once you're in the certification program, once you've become certified, each year you're going to be entered into a rewards program. We'll talk about how you get involved with that in a little bit more detail later, but it's really a program for us and our production partners and distribution partners to say thank you. To say thank you for building with Allen Block, and we're going to send you rewards that are relevant to, in a lot of cases, your job. It's tool bags, it's tool belts, it's dead blows, it's levels, there's backpacks, so there's coolers. So there are some things that maybe you use outside of there, but some pretty cool swag that I know from personal experiences a lot of contractors really appreciate. Many contractors, many of you on the phone, might be ICPI, the Interlocking Concrete Pavement Institute, accredited or certified. This program that we have, our Allen Block Contractor Certification class, is accredited through ICPI, so participation in the class actually warrants or gives you credits for the continuing education needs that ICPI has. So a whole slew of opportunities and reasons to participate in the AB certification, but in my opinion, one of the best is to differentiate your business, to use this tool as a selling aid when you're sitting down from whoever the person is that's responsible for making the decision on who's installing the retaining wall products on that job. So how do you become an Allen Block certified contractor? There's really two steps. The first step is participate in one of our classes. Participate in one of our classes, this is the time of year where we host those classes, hence why we're talking about it right now. We get into December, January, February, March. We have a lot of contractor certification classes throughout North America, even overseas for that matter, but we're really primarily talking about North America here. But we have a lot of contractor certification courses that are open to contractors all over North America. We invite you to participate in those, and our production partners, that's where they're being hosted with our production partners who are manufacturing Allen Block and who are selling Allen Block and who want to engage with the contractors that are building walls in their market. Obviously, they probably already are engaging with many of you who are on the call. So that's the first program, first step, participate in the class. That class is about a 3 to 4 hour classroom setting. Usually there's breakfast and lunch provided, and then after lunch we actually do a hands-on. We actually go out and build a mock-up wall. We get our hands dirty. We talk about the inside-outside radius. We talk about those corners and how to properly and more efficiently build corners. We talk about installing grid. We talk about the compaction, and we light up a compactor and start up a compactor and show compacting the behind the block and even on the course as we educate in the certification program. And then the last phase of the certification program is to actually go out and build a wall. So the first phase is to participate with us in the class, participate in the hands-on, and then it's actually to go out in the field, sell a project, and install an Allen Block wall. That's when the certification program actually concludes. Once you've actually gone out, you've worked with our production partner and or a distribution partner, whoever you might be buying the material from, and they are communicating with you and they're stopping out by the job and witnessing some of the construction, certainly not all of it, but then they're building that wall. So I put in here share info. Very important, as somebody that's gone through that class and become trained and now installed a wall, we don't know that you built that wall until the information is shared with us, at which point we can start to create those certificates, start to submit those rewards for your use. So we need that information. How do you share it? Well, with your production partner, with your distribution partner, who ultimately needs to share it with us here at Allen Block. So really, once you've gone through the class, once you build a wall, our path is set to put you on the road to a master wall builder. There's 3 different levels of certified contractors. Level 1, certified wall builder. Level 2, experienced wall builder. Level 3 is that master wall builder. That's the top of the pyramid right there. That's an individual that's built a whole lot of Allen block. Well, how much do they have to build? Well, level 1 certified wall builder, again, just what I've talked about. You've attended that class. You participated in the hands-on. One thing I may not have mentioned was complete a written test. That's not meant to scare people away. We participate throughout the course of the training event to help complete that written test. The written test is really there to make sure people are listening to the presentation. We also have an amount of literature that's provided to you, good literature that's provided to you that we want you to become familiar with. And we walk through that literature and that test with you to make sure everybody's aware of where the questions are, how you find the information, and then again, to build that wall. Level 2, experienced wall builder. So now you've completed level 1. You've gone out and built your first wall after completing that class and the hands-on and all that. You built that wall. Now you go to level 2. That's an individual that's built an additional 5 projects. And the scope of those projects vary, but the goal with this is to really showcase and provide that, hey, we're going through more things on a job site. There's more experience there. So we've gone through, and not suggesting that any of the individuals don't already have experience, but now we're understanding of the projects. The projects are being shared with us. We know what's going on in those projects. It's a tiered wall. It's a wall that's been designed by an engineer. We had to handle moisture when we excavated for the trench. All kinds of things that we have to overcome, or that you have to overcome on many job sites. So an additional 5 projects, a range of conditions within the projects, and obviously most importantly, they're constructed to industry tolerances. And then our last level of the Master Wall Builder program is our Master Wall Builder. Again, we've completed levels 1 and 2. It's an individual that's installed a 25,000 square foot wall, or 25,000 square feet of wall, or they've done 10 projects that all range or have an average square foot of at least 1,000 square feet. So it's an individual that's done a lot of retaining wall work and a lot of Allen block work. They've had to overcome many site challenges, a variety of different conditions on that site, and so an individual that's received or now made it to their Master Wall Builder status has a lot of information, has a lot of experience, has a lot of background, so that now if I'm the owner of that business, I can share this again. Hey, I've got all of my crews to the Master Wall Builder status. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, let me tell you what that means. Now, here's what they've had to do that. So that means that you're going to get somebody on this job that is very versed and very experienced in building segment retaining walls. So you can rest at ease knowing that you're going to have a quality job done. A variety of ways you can use this. And again, even in the specifications, we see, depending the scope of that project, specifically on a commercial job, we see that sometimes projects are specified and defining additional levels of certification. They're trying to vet some of the contractors that are out there. So we want everybody to achieve that Master Wall Builder status so that everybody can bid on, if you're bidding on commercial projects, you could bid on any of the jobs, even if they are more limited by scope of work and by history that may very well be in the specifications. So if you're already trained, some of you might already be trained, and you're not certified. And we've got a database of all that information. You might be sitting here going, well, I went through a class, but I've never received any rewards. I've never received my certificate. And if that's true, all I would ask is that you have to share the information. Again, we're only as good as the information that we receive. So if you are already trained, if you've already gone through a class, remember, the class doesn't certify you. You've actually got to go out and build an Allen block wall. So work with our production partners and or distribution partners if that's where you're buying material, and share the information. Hey, I've just built this wall from my class, or hey, John, I'm actually going out to build a wall, and I went through the certification program this past winter that you hosted, and I just want to make sure that I complete that program, that I receive my certificate, and that I receive the rewards. In this picture right here, you can see the certificate. This individual has actually framed it looks like. And then one of the contractor bags, pretty heavy-duty contractor bags that you can use to put all your tools in. It's very rewarding for us to send these to you as a way of saying thank you, but also we stop on a lot of job sites where we see these bags being used by the various contractors that are out there hauling Allen block around and installing it. If you're already certified, how do you keep growing? How do you go from that level 1 to level 2, level 3? Again, share that information. Keep sharing it. Make sure that you're sharing that information with our production partners. A lot of times, and/or distribution partners, they know blocks going out, but they don't know project name. They don't know where it is. They don't know the range of conditions. So make sure you continue to communicate with them that, hey, I went through that class and I want to keep moving towards my master wall builder status. In addition, you're going to continue to get nice free rewards, those bags, those coolers, those dead blows, things of that nature every year. So the certification program continues forever until you reach that master wall builder status. You might go through a training in 2018 and might not become that master wall builder until 2030. All along the way, the reason for sharing is to continue that process, but again, you keep getting rewards. Every year you're going to be entered into the rewards program, so at a minimum you can receive 3 free rewards, such as those bags and dead blows, things of that nature that I've been alluding to. So make sure you keep sharing that. In addition, we do keep a resume on file, so that again, if you're sitting down with Mr. and Mrs. Jones, it's very easy. You can call us up at our office. You can call up your production or distribution partner, say, hey, just curious if you can print out my resume. Now they'll call us. If you do reach out to your production or distribution partner, they'll call us and we can very quickly print this out. So when you're sitting down with Mr. and Mrs. Jones, you can talk about this. This is the class that I went through. This is what all of my staff has gone through, again, for the reasons I mentioned earlier. But here are the requirements to become level 1 certified. Here's when I achieved that. Here are the requirements for level 2, experienced wall builder. Here's when I achieved it. Here are the requirements for master wall builder. Here's how close I am, or here's when I achieved it. Here's how close I am to getting it, or here's when I achieved it. So you can use this resume to your advantage. So again, how do we participate? AllenBlock.com. Go to AllenBlock, ALLANBlock, BLOCK.com. On the home page, you're going to see under the Contractor tab a training icon, hyperlink. In that hyperlink, click it. It's going to take you to the classes that are upcoming. And I know last week alone, I think we had 6 different classes that were hosted with almost 200, or actually a little over 200 contractors at those classes. As we get past the first of the year, the next 2 weeks are a little slow from a training perspective for obvious reasons with all the holidays that are coming up. But once we get into the first of the year, there are going to be a number of additional classes that are provided from the Northeast down to the Southwest and everywhere in between. So feel free to check out our website. You can register for classes there. You can reach out to those that are hosting the classes, often which are our production partners. And you can check those out and schedule and certainly register for classes there as well. So we talked about what, why, and how. Again, what is a certification program? Formal training program that we try to provide to the industry to help everybody involved, from the production side to the design side to the construction side to the inspection side. City inspectors are welcome and certainly participate in this class quite frequently. We talked about why. It might be new staff. It might be differentiation. It might be because of best practices. Maybe you do all commercial work and you don't want to be left out because specifications are calling out, not all of them, but they're starting to call out the requirement of certification, industry accredited certification firms. There's all kinds of them. And how, again, participate in one of our classes and then go out and actually build a wall on your own, sell a wall and build a wall, and share that information with our partners. Let them come out and take a look. I know most of you are probably just listening. You're on a computer. But if you have questions, we try to keep these short and sweet, 15, 20 minutes. We're right at that 20-minute mark right now. So if you have questions, you can type them into your chat log. You can talk through the phone as mute is off if you are listening and have access to a phone, or, again, however it's easiest for you. But thank you very much for participating, and look for future Contractor ABU online events, again, the third Tuesday of every month. Doesn't look like any questions are coming in, so I'll go ahead and end the event. And again, thank you all for participating.